Good morning, folks. Monday, February 26, 2024. I'm glad I'm not just slapping up the drywall and everything, because now I'm looking at this back wall here. I redesigned our cubby holes, basically it's a bunch of shelves and cubby holes and stuff like that. So we're going to add some more blocking here, and then after that blocking goes in, I need to add in the center post right here in between this blocking and that one there. Because right up here to this edge is actually center of this room. So I need another 2x4 right here. So we're going to add the blocking there, and then we're going to add some more blocking across the center just to give me a little more area to grab. I'm trying to get a 16-inch depth on everything instead of the standard 11.5. Over here in the corner, once we get this blocking here and all that done, then we'll measure out for like long dresses and figure out what I'm going to do here to match the wood side where the rods go in to the width of what I got going on over here. So we'll get it all figured out. Now, at the shower, again, taking my time looking at things. I ordered those showers from Amazon that are 140 bucks a piece, and I'll show you that in a minute. The wife and I decided we're going to go ahead and close in this area here. That way we don't have to deal with it. And we're going to do, I was having an issue. We're trying to find a location for this nook or niche without everything getting wet. The water out here is bad. And even though I'm putting a filtration system in and possibly UV lighting and all that other stuff, we will have better water coming in here. But I've also noticed that over a period of time, this film gathers because of the water that we get. I mean, it's mucky, you know, it's not, we filter everything that we drink. We have filtrations. I showed you guys the reverse osmosis and all that. And we have plenty of filters. So we're gonna go ahead and put the shower head here where it was originally. And I wanted a handheld right here down low with knobs and stuff like that, so I can, you know, spray out the shower and all that. But if I put another shower head here where that handheld is at, then water will splash that way. And there's a lot of showers out there that do not have natural lighting. I have this heat lamp right here, which is also a fan, and then I have this light right there. I don't know if I'm going to write that one there, which I'm going to turn into an LED. So I have enough lighting in here, but I can also remove this heat lamp one because it, you know, during the summertime you really don't need it. During the wintertime it kind of helps, but not much. I can get rid of the heat lamp one, and I can put another LED over this area here, and another LED right over this one here, and keep it, you know, this side of the shower head. So I can put two LEDs in there. And then up in here, because I believe the ceiling joists run this way, which would make sense because wall, wall, and then wall. You always want your ceiling joists to run the shortest path so they don't dip. But I'll go up there and check, but I have a feeling that they run this way. And if they do, I want to put a vent up here. They call it, we did this, I should say my dad did it, in his Fullerton house at one time. It was a linear diffuser, basically where the air comes out, but we used it as a vent to pull the air, the steam out of that room, because as soon as you close off the door or the bathroom, it gets all steamy on there. And then my stepmother at the time had wallpaper in there, it would start to peel off. So we put a big fan in there and glass windows and turned the tub and shower into, I think, just a standing shower. Oh my, I can't remember that part. But anyways, we had enough vent across the top with the linear diffuser as a vent fan with air that can come around the bathroom door and underneath the door to be able to suck up and over the glass, and it worked out great. to keep the steam from going into the rest of the bathroom. So when you got out, your mirrors weren't all steamed up and stuff. You know, everything was nice in there. I kept the wallpaper nice and everything else. And I'll be able to have 2 shower heads in there with 2 wands and all that. So, you know, party bathroom. Hello. Anyways, now get your mind out of the gutter, guys. Come on, you 2 ladies. So let me turn on the lights here real quick. And I'll show you the $140, let me set this, $140 shower. I don't feel it's actually that bad. I only have one concern. The 8-inch head, everything feels good. It's not plastic or anything. Everything feels good. I'm not going to get my face or anything in there, but you don't need to stare at me. The handles feel really good. This is what they call a union. You get these offsets with offsets to cover your, well, you get the cover to cover your offsets. And that's to make sure that, you know, you're in and out. I think I'm going to eliminate these guys here. I'm going to make a template for my openings here. And I'll go get me some brass fittings, some close nipples. That way I can just go straight in and I can mount my pecs 1/2 inch fitting onto a piece of wood. And then I got to measure out how far between the foam board and the tile and all that needs to be for this cover here to have access, along with the union threads. So I have some measurements to do. It's going to take me a little time on that one. But what I do like on these guys, move this a little bit. What I do like is these are quarter turns. Watch. Boop. It's a quarter turn. You don't have to go sweep, 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 sweep. No, just quarter turns. I like quarter turns on angle stops and stuff like that for the faucets or toilets or whatever. The handheld, it's not plastic, it's metal. It's all metal, it's nice, you know. And like I was showing you here, the shower head doesn't have the rubber pieces on it, you know, like some do, which helps for cleaning. But, you know, it's a little thin here, but I think it'll do. What concerns me, the only thing that really concerns me out of this, well, 2 things. Making sure I line this up properly. And I may end up needing these guys, who knows. Is this piece right here. Now I took it apart. Basically it has a little stop handle. See, it says extend. Well, you move that up and then it'll slide up. Now it stops too. I mean, I can't get it any further out. It has a stop to it. But when I go ahead and take it apart from this side here, and this part here wasn't, I guess I'm gonna have to put tape on everything. They give you a full roll of it, which is nice. So I'm gonna have to probably put tape on that as well. But there's a little bit of grease on here because they have these washers. Well, not washers, but the rubber seals, right? And it feels like a little bit of grease is on there. Now, this is the part that I kind of fear that later on might leak because it slides up and down inside that tube right here, you know. So if it does, well, at least I can take it apart because everything disassembles pretty well. Let me get my glasses back on here. Oh, that ain't it. Why has that got grease on it? So the areas that concern me right now would be this leaking, that leaking. That one mostly because it slides up and down. And has a little plastic piece in it for keeping it straight, but I don't think it's a plunger stop or anything. And you can see down inside there. Let's see if we can see in there. Probably not. Get a flashlight. Anyways, there's that plastic piece right here. Goes all the way down to right around here. And then you have the handle that helps hold it in place so it doesn't move. So I'm not sure how secure the water is going to be from not squirting out of that. Worst case scenario, I get bigger O-rings. That's what I meant. Bigger O-rings, thicker ones. I'm really just not too sure about that. This washer setup, you know. It's, I don't know. I just don't know about it. It just doesn't feel tight enough to me. This part here hooks to the wall with the wall bracket, and that goes up, you know, after you extend it. So the valves are going to be kind of low. They're going to be like right around here, kind of almost like ADA height. I'm not saying they're going to be ADA. I could probably make them that way. You know, if we end up staying in this house for a long time and something happens, you know, all I got to do is put a little ramp right here, and I can get inside there with a walker or bath style wheelchair, and you know, just keep it ADA height. So part of adding this faucet, this other shower faucet to here, and then filling this in, it's like, because all I'm doing is just putting a nook in here. So I'll get it all framed out to where, you know, it'll be nice and tight up there. We're just patching in basically that area. Taking my time allows me now to redesign and see what's going on. And I really hope those faucets work, man, because I'm looking at these deltas. Anything similar to that, but they're all joystick type, right? Anything similar to this, start off around almost 900 bucks to 2,500. And I know you pay for what you get what you pay for. And at 140 bucks, we'll see. I was only going to install one. My wife says, well, you got two coming, just install it. She goes, why don't you just buy another one for my spare parts? So we got another one on the way. We have the second one over there. The floor drain and all that over there is over there to match. And I'll work with this. My gosh, man. You know, the only thing on Delta and stuff like that, and Kohler and all these others, they don't have this type of color, the brushed bronze. It's either the brass, the chrome, the nickel, you know, and, you know, brass was like 70s, chrome was like 90s, and the nickel was like the early 2000s. You know, and then after that it was like 2010 came out, I think, became popular with all the brushed bronze. You know, and that's what we got throughout the house, so I'm going to stay with that theme. Alrighty, so now we got Matthew's taking care of all the blocking here. Oh, that was already done the other day, Friday. We've gotten this row on now, this row on. We're stopping here to where I'm going to be building my shelving system for our folded clothes area. And what we're doing now is we're trying to figure out, because this is going to be the height of our top shelf, but we got to make sure that when we come around, I also have a 3.5 inch existing molding I'm going to reinstall. Over the door, I have to put a reversed piece of wood up there, and then I got to screw the wood, my shelving up into it. So over in this area only, I have to add another, some more backing just from this stud. So basically we're doubling up here, doubling that up, adding one here and doubling up on top. That's all I need. I just stepped on a hammer, smacked me in the shin. It's like the rake. Anyways, so as I'm designing as I go, yeah, it takes a little longer, but I'm also trying to think about all the other details down the road here on how I want it to finish out, you know. That's why it took me so long to do the same thing to the water heater closet out there. And sometimes when you wait, things come to you and you go, aha. You have those aha moments. And that's where it came into here. So having the one shower, now we got 2 shower heads. And, you know, I waited and I found, you know, the floor drain that I liked, and it wasn't that expensive. And then we're gonna, you know, like I said before, close that up and add the niche right there. So with me, I don't think I mentioned this, the water that I was talking about before, when you have a shelf that gets wet a lot with your product up there, your soaps, your shampoos, body wash, conditioners, all that stuff, right? Well, a lot of people don't realize that because the bottoms of the shampoo of those containers aren't drying out, what happens is it starts creating mold underneath there. Because not everybody goes through and squeegees their showers and stuff and squeegees everything off. I mean, it'd be nice to have dispensers, you know, that would be mounted on the wall and just, you know, kind of like a hotel and stuff. Because a lot of hotels and motels and all that, whatever, went over to the dispenser, so you have to keep buying those little tiny shampoo bottles and stuff. If you had a dispenser, that might be a better way to go for the walk-in shower. But most people, they go out and they buy whatever they like and they just use the container. But the container sits on that shelf, and over a period of time, even though you use it every morning or whatever, or even twice a day, if you take a shower in the morning, you get dirty, you take a shower at night. I take a shower in the morning to wake up, you know, otherwise I feel not all there, you know. And most of the time I'm not all there, but at least I feel better, you know, because I took a shower. It wakes me up. So I wanted to make sure that, because I'm going to use this shower head here as primary, this one here will probably only get used, the one that's going to go here will probably only get used when I'm washing Harley in here. So the niche will be over here out of the way, out of the spray pattern, you know. And it's going to be the rain head, so it's not going to be a force, you know, like a massage type shower head or so. We'll see how much gets wet, you know. But the spray pattern shouldn't be as bad. When I had the 2 soap dishes here, I had to go out and buy this fake loofah, like little soap holder, right? So it would drain out, because my soaps would get so soft and nasty from sitting in the puddle of water, because there was no holes or anything drilled made in these things, so there was no way for it to drain out. So they're getting flooded out all the time. And when I had the bench here, because the spray pattern was here and it went that way, it went downward, well, the bottles, when I pick them up, there'll be a little round ring there, you know, a ring in the shape of the bottle of the dirt, because we don't have that filtration in here, but also starting to mold. And so I want to try to prevent all that stuff, you know. I want to make it as simple as possible. So these are all the things I'm trying to think of. Make sure that I don't have those issues. So if it takes me another week, so what, you know? I'm the one who's got to deal with the problems of it down the road. You know, like this tile, for instance. You know, yeah, we got it for dirt cheap and everything, but because we were in a hurry, we just threw down the grout, we didn't seal it. And you can see where it gets stained, you know. This is like the natural color of it. This is from where the dogs lay, because normally this table is right here. I sit right here. Harley sits right there, begging at dinner time, right where you see all the dirt. So, you know, now we got to go through and steam clean all this stuff, try to seal it, or take it out if that epoxy grout works really good. And that's a big job, man. You know, that's a lot of time just to get down, just enough to get that epoxy over it. So that's a whole nother project. Okay. Well, now we've got this corner here done up. We're gonna have a vertical piece here where it's gonna, you know, it's gonna come up and down here. We're gonna use this stud here. I'm kind of drawing out all my studs right now. Stud layout. So Here is we're going to have the racks. We're going to have a shelf right here above the long hanging. And Matthew's marking out at 44 inches to put the top of the blocks for the double rack system here. Going all the way over here. I'm going to do these 3 bays. I'm going to repurpose that cabinet, the casework that was here. But we're going to add another stud though from the edge. And we'll go measure out on the dresser because we got the toe kick on this side. I'm not sure if this goes all the way to the floor or not. It could. Then I'll go check it out, see if there's a toe kick underneath it. But since we're going to be putting a panel here, an upright, so we can have a place to screw our rods on, I need to have a board in there so I have something to nail to hold that support, that vertical board. So this is why I take my time. Anyways, that's going to be it for today, guys. Long video, just kind of laying things out, kind of designing, you know, and that's what it takes, you know. Sometimes you got to just sit back, look at it, draw it out for those that need to draw it out. I have to draw out some stuff. I mean, I got to draw it out my studs so I know exactly where my centers of the studs are. They're all laying flat. So that way I don't miss my mark when I'm building my casework or the closet organization. So, you know, just take your time, man. Just take your time, think it out, look at some videos, look at some pictures, pull up some closets, whatever that you might like. We're staying with the white look throughout the closets as we go through and redo them, so that way, excuse our mess in here, but remember this one here? You see how forward this is? Because we got all this room back there because I went ahead, clear a path. Oops. Hang that up in a minute. But I have to hang this one up too. Try to get in here. It's a jungle in here. But anyways, I got shelves I built back here. So, hey, she's got 2 empty shelves so you can put her, she did her vegetable, see, I built the shelves back there for more storage, you know. So guess what? And there's my Christian Soldiers motorcycle ministry. For those that I talk about every once in a while. Yes, that's my sobriety date, going on 34 years. And yes, here, look at the front of it. I already got it, so I'll just do the front. Yep. Anyways, this is my pride and joy. Well, everything has a meaning, guys. But anyways, probably shouldn't have that in the video, but so guess what? My wife can go ahead. I'm going to leave the clothes out so she can see that she has room in there for all of her, for all the stuff she just canned. She did a vegetable broth. She goes, I don't have any place. Oh, now she got a place. Look at that. So now she can go put that in there for right now, get it off the counter. Because that's what I built the shelves for, you know, mainly for storing food and stuff in there that she makes. The closet, the pantry that we have here is, even with the extension that I built from the back patio, it's still about, say about 30% the size of what we had before. Now the half side we had before was almost 4,200 square feet, just for the 2 of us. Well, it's supposed to be 3, my mom, but that's a whole nother story. I've already mentioned all that. So take your time, guys. Think about what project you're doing. Even though I may be a lot of talk, no action here, maybe I'm giving you guys ideas. I hope so. I hope you guys are thinking, hey, you know what? Just take the time, little by little, you know, and things will come together. You get those aha moments, and you go, I like it. Guys, have a good day. God bless. Thanks for watching.